Well, hello everybody. Um, it's so fun to see your names pop up and see you saying hi to each other. That's just wonderful. Um, yeah. Um, so I'm trying to figure out. I still haven't figured out lighting for this particular adventure. So I'm seeing a little bit of glare on my glasses, but oh well. I'm looking forward to seeing you when we get on Zoom in a little bit. So I'm sitting at my desk in my kind of crowded office, and got my foot propped up. I think you all know that I had an accident and suffered a cut on the top of my foot. So I had to have surgery. Now my foot is all wrapped up. I can't walk on it. But I have this cute little scooter that I can use to go get around in the house. Let me see if I can show it to you. I'll just try to turn the machine so that you can see it. No, okay, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's my scooter. I put me on, turn the scooter, and then you can push yourself around the house, or I guess anywhere that's level. So yeah, that was kind of a surprise. So I'm doing well. I just have to wait for everything to recover. Probably another week in this splint, and then a couple of weeks in a boot, and then I should be good to go again. Thank goodness we have this way to be in touch with one another, and I really am grateful for that. So I noticed that Lisa is saying that she just posted the link to Zoom so that everybody can join in afterward. So that's good. Thank you, Lisa. um, so I want to say welcome to everybody that's online now. I really appreciate you all being here. So I see that Sarah is here, and Nick, and Lisa, and James, and Lydia. So thank you all for joining me. I don't I don't know this would be much fun if I didn't think that other people were here with me. So let's begin our meeting with three sounds of the bell. I'm just realizing that I'm not as organized as I would like to be, so excuse me for just a minute. Okay, let's just listen to the bell. So typically we do the contemplation before sitting, and then we'll do our guided meditation. After that, I'll read a little bit from No Mud, No Lotus, so you can think about, if there's something from that that you want to share. The exercise or the meditation that I chose is from Thich Nhat Hanh's book, Blooming of the Lotus. And I wanted to just read a little bit to you about what he says about this meditation. Um, Sometimes I think when I hear a meditation, I would like to have known ahead of time what the person who wrote it had in mind. So this is a little bit what Thich Nhat Hanh says about this particular meditation, which he has labeled touching, connecting. So he says, this exercise is an exercise of love meditation toward the body. If we are not able to love our bodies, then how can we love anyone? And he goes on to say that the first time you practice this meditation, you might think that it is too simple. But after you have practiced it for some time, you will see how important it is. And then he says, every hair and every cell contains all the data necessary to make the universe. That is the teaching of interdependence found in the Avatamsaka Sutra. So we're going to meditate on not only just a single hair or cell, but other parts of the body. So let's enjoy the contemplation before sitting. And while you're listening to the contemplation, you might just kind of settle yourself in to your favorite meditation posture. And use the contemplation to help you kind of get in touch with your breath. Contemplation before sitting. The Sangha is invited to go back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness brings us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole Sangha breathe as one body, generate peace as one body, be free as one body. Let us transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating ourselves from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the equality complex. We are aware that the happiness and suffering of all people is also our own happiness and suffering. We see ourselves in all people and all people in ourselves. We are one with those caught in situations of oppression. We are also one with the oppressors. We are one with the wise and good people who are present everywhere in the world. We are one with those who are able to embrace the whole of this world with their heart of love and their two arms of caring action. We are a people with enough peace, joy, and freedom to be able to offer fearlessness and the joy of life to living beings around us. We see that we are not alone. The love and the joy of great beings who are present in this world are supporting us, not allowing us to drown in despair, and showing us the way of understanding, compassion, and right action. So just take a moment to get still and tune into your breathing. Between each meditation suggestion, there will be about a little more than a minute to practice. with that particular guidance. Aware of the hair on my head, I breathe in. Smiling to the hair on my head, I breathe out. Hair, smiling. Aware of my eyes, I breathe in. Smiling to my eyes, I breathe out. Eyes, smiling. Aware of my ears, I breathe in. Smiling to my ears, I breathe out. Ears, smiling. Aware of my teeth, I breathe in. Smiling to my teeth, I breathe out. Teeth, smiling. Aware of my smile, I breathe in. Smiling to my smile, I breathe out. Smile, smiling. Aware of my shoulders, I breathe in. Smiling to my shoulders, I breathe out. Shoulders, smiling. Aware of my lungs, I breathe in. Smiling to my lungs, I breathe out. Lungs, smiling. Aware of my heart, I breathe in. Smiling to my heart, I breathe out. Aware of my liver, I breathe in. Smiling to my liver, I breathe out. Liver, smiling. Smiling to my bowels, I breathe in. Aware of my bowels, I breathe in. Smiling to my bowels, I breathe out. Bowels, smiling. Aware of my kidneys, I breathe in. Smiling to my kidneys, I breathe out. Kidneys, smiling. Aware of my feet, I breathe in. Smiling to my feet, I breathe out. Feet, smiling. Aware of my toes, I breathe in. Smiling to my toes, I breathe out. Toes, smiling. Do you need to stretch a little bit? I'd be interested to know if you had a reaction to any one particular part of the meditation. The reason I say that is that the first thing I did, aware of the hair on my head, I thought about people who don't have much hair on their head, but most people have at least some. Even if you shave it, there is some hair to come out. So that was a weird thing I thought about at the very beginning. And then I noticed that I had a little bit of, I don't know, some kind of reaction to, to smiling to my bowels, which, I'm going to think about that because it's like, it's a very important part of the body. Is there some part of, is there something about that part of my body that I am uncomfortable talking about? I don't know. I think I'm going to have to give that some consideration. Anyway, just wondering if anybody else had a particular reaction to any part of the meditation. Thank you, Lisa, for saying that you enjoyed the meditation. I appreciate that. So I'm glad to see that Nico and Tommy and Jennifer joined us. Thanks. Great. So happy that you're all here. I'm still reading, I'm continuing to read from No Mud, No Lotus. And honestly, I think I haven't been keeping track of the things that I have already read, but I don't think I've read this part. I don't think we've talked about this part. This is in the section that's called Happiness is Not an Individual Matter. And this is from a page that's titled Taking Refuge in Oneself. It's one of this little essay is one of the reasons, one of the things that prompted me to choose that particular meditation. So, and in addition to the fact that when we are, oh, excuse me, when we are giving attention to the body, oh, a nice little impromptu bell. Excuse me. Time for a cough drop. Everything is real handy here on my desk. So I was going to say that when we are giving attention to our body, then we know that's one of the portals for getting present. And so paying attention to each individual part of the body is another way to get to take refuge in oneself. So this is what Thich says about taking refuge in oneself. When people around you are practicing compassion, they'll be wiser and happier, not only individually, but also as a group. Combining our experiences and insights leads to a collective insight that can be wiser than the sum of its parts. Without a community, it's harder for a person to change anything. If you work in a hospital or a clinic or any place where you have to practice compassion with people in crisis on a daily basis, you know that having colleagues who support you in that practice creates a much more healing effect. A good environment allows the best things in us to manifest. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't turn off that ringer. All right, let me back up there a little bit. Um, he says, if you work in a hospital or a clinic or any place where you have to practice compassion with people in crisis on a daily basis, you know that having colleagues who support you in that practice create a much more healing effect. A good environment allows the best things in us to manifest. A toxic environment can bring out the worst things in us. Everyone needs a mindful community for support. We can join together to create a healing environment wherever we are. Our family, our classroom, and our workplace can all be mindful communities. When we come together and enjoy practicing mindful breathing together, we produce a collective energy of mindfulness and compassion that is wholesome and very strong. In our daily lives, many of us are in toxic environments of mutually reinforcing suspicion, competition, greed, and jealousy. We consume our environment as a kind of food, and its good or harmful elements seep into us. You may find yourself in a negative environment you can't get out of due to the realities of family needs or financial constraints. In that case, you can be a force for positive change. Start by creating your own safe harbor, even if it's only one corner of a room or a desk. There are also wholesome communities online that you can join. Don't give up hope. We can live in such a way that shows compassion is possible in any situation. Set an example, even if it's a small one. Other people can learn from it. The best way to help others lessen their fear, craving, and violence is to show them that there is another way. If love has degenerated into hate, it's possible for you to turn the garbage of that hate into a kind of compost to nourish the flower of love to bloom again. it seemed to me that that reminder is very helpful, particularly in our current circumstance. Um, and it's also reminiscent of the Buddha's last words, where he reminded his followers to take refuge in themselves, to be a lamp unto themselves. And it's also to me a reminder that a reminder of that last part of the five remembrances. Um, if you've been tuning into the Sunday Sangha or noon meditations, you have probably heard somebody say those five remembrances. And the last one is to the effect of my actions are my only true belongings. And so when we are connected with ourselves, when we are um, really cognizant, really aware of our thoughts and our actions, the actions that arise from our thoughts, then um, we are collecting, we are creating those actions that will still be there when our physical bodies are gone. So those actions are the only true possessions. And I think taking refuge in oneself is the way that we, um, how do I want to say that? It's the way that we connect to our true self in order to manifest the actions that we choose, that we would prefer. Um, so I think I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about the reading, the meditation, whatever's going on in your life. I hope all of you will join in the Zoom meeting. And I see that I don't see the Zoom connection in the chat box. Let me just look up here. Nope, I still don't see it. So let me, oh, there you go. Oh no. Okay, I can put it in there. Hold on a second. Just need to go here. Do a little copy paste and just take me a second. There you go. Does everybody see that? I'm imagining that I see you nodding. Yes, I see it. So we will get over to the Zoom in just a minute. And yeah, I hope everybody will come on over with us to the Zoom platform so we can actually see one another and talk to one another, share what's going on. Yeah, be together. So let's finish up with the closing chant that we usually do and sharing the merit. And then we will all scoot over to Zoom. I would like to hear a sound at the bell. Count Boundless beings we vow to free, ceaseless afflictions we vow to end, limitless dharma doors we vow to open, the deepest paths of awakening we vow to realize. Practicing the way of awareness and mindfulness give rise to benefits without limit. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings who give guidance and support along the path. Okay, I'll see you over in the Zoom room. Bye for here, but see you there.